start earlier in the year, but I just didn't see now. Well, you go further. Right? Nils Lehman.
Okay.
What are you showing from? Yeah, okay, Kiel, Germany. Yeah, but he went to high school in Winter Park.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he graduated from Winter Park High School.
Jack's calling the men tonight. So I didn't do as much homework on the men. I figured I'll look at that stuff. Sheldon
Oduna.
Okay.
On the back of his uniform, they only have one N. It's wrong.
Oh, really? Okay. Kate Long,
Parker redshirted. Parker Castaneda.
Oh,
there you go.
I remember that name. Okay, I do remember that.
I asked his mom how to pronounce it when he was a freshman.
Say it again. Castaneda. Okay. Trevor
Riccio.
Riccio.
Long E.
Okay.
He will probably start.
Okay. Jacoby Bonner. Daniel Lowe. Blake
Admire.
Okay.
Mati, like M-A-T-Y, Mati, or M-A-T-E, maybe easier.
Okay.
Susek. That's what it is. Susek.
Okay.
He doesn't play a lot.
Yeah. And Christian Monty.
He probably plays it all.
Kuzman. Frakes.
Yeah.
Frakes. Okay. And Kevin Hogan. Okay.
That's his first year, Kevin. He was a former player.
Right, I remember him. I do.
Very good player. 3-point shooter.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Thank you.
Rollins' offense has been horrible. They held Nova to like 20 points under their average, but they can only score 65. So.
Well, the Tampa men, it's been much the same as we've seen.
They've gambled hot, they're good.
Right. And Bellarmine has been a big addition. I mean, he really is. He's kind of the real deal. But
he could hurt Rollins because Rollins don't rebound very good.
And he goes and gets everything.
Yeah.
He had 16 rebounds last game, I think. He is a huge rebounder.
Well, he may have a big game today.
Energizer bunny kind of guy. He's everywhere. But he also can get in foul trouble with all his jumping around.
Yeah, they got Rollins. Rollins is 2-4 in the conference. They're 2-0 on the road, 0-4 at home.
That's crazy. That is good. I did see that. I'm gonna make a note.
Lynn came in and could not miss from 3. Embry-Riddle, same deal.
That is crazy. Yeah. I saw the 2-0 away because I always look at that since they're coming in. I didn't
0-4.
0-4. That is crazy. Well,
yeah, in fact, I think the men have. I think they lost 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
They went out to Las Vegas and got tattooed by a couple of Texas teams.
Yeah, 4 out of 5. All right. Anything you need from me?
Room.
Yeah. I'll be moving.
No. I don't need it from you, but
no. Yeah.
This is.
That's you.
Oh, that's okay.
That's gonna be you.
They don't have scores on here of other games, do they?
Okay.
Sometimes I guess I can get that in between games.
Yeah. You might be able to ask Tom and see if he'll.
Nah, it's no big deal. You know, if it was the end of the season and there was a
championship on the line thing.
Dory Dutch. That's 2. Oh, I know what I want to write down. Karma Jeremy.
Jeremy.
You do realize that Tyder and Harrison were teammates in both high school and in college.
Oh, really?
They went to Georgia State together. So they played in high school together. And both went to Georgia State and transferred. And Karma Jeremy was on those teams. He went to the same high school.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Okay.
And there's, I think think Eckert has got a girl from that Colonial High School.
I
And
think
Lynn
so.
does.
Yeah. Wow.
The one stat you might find interesting is Rollins men are 6th in the nation in steals,
Really? Okay.
and they don't press.
Just play the passing lane, do
They
defense, or
play a zone.
knock the ball. Oh yeah. So is it a 1-2-2? Isn't that right?
They'll switch.
Oh, okay.
They'll play a 1-2-2. They'll play a 2-1-2, and then they'll play a 1-3-1 where they bring a player out high.
Okay.
And usually it's a taller player. Castaneda usually plays out high.
Oh, okay.
But they'll switch those zones. Somebody asked me recently when they were getting bombed by three-pointers, why don't they play man-to-man? I said, because he's done it for 39 years. He ain't going to switch.
Yeah. Had a little success.
I've seen him play a boxing one a few times. And that's about as sexy as they get off of the zone.
So I tweeted this out on my way here today. I asked for a Chick-fil-A with no pickle.
Wow.
They added pickle. So I tweeted that out with, hey, Chick-fil-A, you had one job. Ordered with no pickles, got extra pickles. Hashtag thanks for listening. Not. Oh,
No
man.
pickles.
No pickles.
That would have been something if you were like allergic to.
Yeah. Could have sued him.
Yeah, you know Tom Jesse's wife, Nikki, played at Rollins.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she was a great player. Played there 3 years. She went to Florida, I think, as a freshman.
Okay.
She also had 50 in a high school game once. I told her, I met her, I said, it took me a month in high school to get 50.
Yeah.
Okay, we got Marshall. Shield. You don't refer to the officials by name, do you?
Sometimes I do, but not during the game, unless I absolutely know. I don't know them all as well as somebody like you that has been around forever. Some of the veteran guys that I know that I've talked with here, and I know their names, I will say it. But
All right, let me. I'm just getting the officials from the guy. Interesting fact, ready? These are the officials for the women's game, right?
Okay.
These are the officials for the men. Byron and Melanie are married.
oh, that's fun. That's good. You are the most prepared guy. You are.
I'm old, I got nothing to do. I got no kids at home.
I understand. I actually enjoy that stuff though. It's like I told my wife says, well, what are you going to do if you ever stop doing this? I said,
That's the same thing with me.
I know. I said, I don't know, because I really enjoy just looking at the stats and looking at the game, who hit the buzzer beater in that game.
And hanging out with people like you.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that
Yeah.
I tell my wife, so the only time I feel anywhere close to young is when I'm doing the game.
Yeah, I know.
Even when I'm preparing,
Right. See, I was trying to remember, I'd have to see the schedule and compare. If I did last year's game or not, because I was doing the Blazer game.
you did.
Okay.
So on this side,
Was I?
I think so. Because I'm usually over there.
Really? No, I
Maybe you
really?
did. I don't know.
I don't know.
I thought I remembered you doing it. Now you
I
have
just
a
can't
partner? You got
Yeah,
a
yeah, Jack Ike, and we flip, we go back and forth. He came in, he moved to Florida from Wisconsin. He had done
you can,
hockey or something.
I can tell the Great Lakes accent.
Yeah.
My partner, many years, interesting story. He's not doing it this year. The home games, they made a deal with this school called Full Sail. It's a for-profit school. They have what they call the Dan Patrick School.
Oh, yeah, I'm aware of it.
They made a deal with them to do the game, like the Sunshine State digital game.
Yeah.
Okay, but they wanted me, because the coaches and the boosters, to do the games on radio, okay, and the away games. I said fine. I said,
So you're not doing the home game?
I'm doing the home game
you are
over radio station. Now, because they had the emergency, I'm also doing a video. I do a radio broadcast, but it's also on video, which I don't like because I'm talking too much to people.
See,
on this game, supposedly, they can hook up your video to you down and get me. But last year they couldn't because we were 5 seconds ahead.
Oh, something like that.
Now they supposedly can. I don't know if they can or can't. But I told my partner, I said, it doesn't matter if I have a microphone and 3 people live, I'm going to do the game.
Right.
He didn't want to do it.
Really? Really?
And he's not married. It doesn't work.
Wow.
We can't figure it out.
That's the thing. Because I don't think I told you, the Blazers called me again and wanted me again this year because the guy's health issue did not improve. And he ended up having to have surgery the first week of October. So the games were started, the preseason games, and they wanted me to come back and do games. And I just said, I just don't feel like I want to do it again. I crossed it off the bucket list. I was flying out of Tampa all the way, and I was doing all the way. I did 33 games last season for the Blazers.
Wow.
Including the playoff games at New Orleans.
That's right. You were a West Coast guy.
Yeah. So I did, and it was radio. Now I've been a TV play-by-play guy my whole life. They asked me if I could do this. I'm like, well, yeah, but I'm sure there's other people who could do it who are there. And they said, well, yeah, but your name still means more. After 5 years, you've been gone. Everybody knows you. Nobody knows any of the people in the market right here, right now. They've all these young, 20-year-olds doing their talk shows and all. And they just said, we don't want them. We want you to do it. Can you do it? And I said, well, I don't even know who's on your roster anymore. And they said, what's everybody that you know? I looked.
Nobody.
Damian Lillard, C.J. McCollum, and Myers Leonard. 3 guys. 2 starters and a bench guy. The only guys I knew. Because I hadn't watched for 2 or 3 years.
Radio.
And it was hard because of the radio. You have to know who everybody is.
Yeah.
And I had 3 days. They called me 3 days before the start of the season.
You're just doing video, right?
Yeah, it's video. We're kind of doing a TV.
It's a lot easier.
It is.
If you can chit chat, people can see it.
Exactly. And I decided I'd rather do this with no pressure and no pay, basically, than go back and do the Blazer thing with all the pressure, with all the work. And
all the travel.
And I'll tell you what, it's really hard because you leave, you do a game, take a breath, you go down as soon as I couldn't even stay for the whole post-game show. I had to do one segment and then go down and get on the bus, and we would go right out on the bus to the airport, get on to the tarmac, go up on the team plane, fly to the next city that night, get in at 3 in the morning sometimes, and get to the hotel at 4.
You carried your own equipment and everything?
No, that was...
They had a guy?
Yeah, they had a guy at every spot that they hired. But still, it was... I'd go to bed at 4 in the morning in a hotel. I'd wake up maybe at 9. I'd set my alarm, 5 hours sleep maybe, because I had a game the next night. It was a back-to-back. And I've got to memorize the names and numbers of the opposing team, let alone game notes or anything else.
And tidbits and stats.
I just need to know who the players are. And so that was really hard. So I just said, I appreciate it, but why don't you let one of the young guys do it?
Just road games.
Well, this year was going to be everything.
Oh.
And they needed me to move to Portland, and my wife said, I'm not going with you.
You know, 80.
Yeah. Well, it was the possibility of that. They said it depends on how fast he recovers. Now, he got back after 2 months, 2.5 months. So he's back now, but only doing home games. They're still having this other guy do all the away games. And I would have been back into this doing all the away games.
Have you ever, you don't do any road games for Tampa, do you?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
You
mean, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, we do not.
You have not met the Nova broadcaster by the name of Dave Albertham. Have you ever met him?
I have met him.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
He's he's got a website that he just started about a year ago on broadcasters and broadcasting. You might like that.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
He gets some of the old guys, Lindsey Nelson and Kurt Gallaty's and all that. He's into that. He did St. John's college basketball, the Luke Arnett second, and then he did the Miami Heat until they had a little problem.
Okay.
Now he's doing Nova. But do you have a card or email address? I can send you his.
Oh, okay.
And he can hook you up. You probably love that.
I probably would.
He'll send out a thing about every week with interviews with like the Monday Night Crew now, how awful they are on ESPN.
I've got a stack of them in my car. Oh wait, let me look and see.
Wait a second.
Oh here. There. That's got an.
They got your right there.
Yeah. Sports Idols.
Idols.
Yeah.
Okay.
What it is, that was my second book. I interviewed about 150 stars and Hall of Famers about their childhood heroes.
All right, I'm gonna. If you don't mind, I'm gonna give him that and let him send you one. All right, you can block it if you don't like it.
No, that's fine.
I guarantee you'll enjoy it.
No, that'd be good. Thanks. But I just said no. My wife's like, how much do you like being married? It's like, and the thing was, it was really hard. After my colon cancer surgery 10 years ago, I can't sleep through the night. I wake up to take care of business after about 3 hours. So I would wake up after 3 hours on the road, exhausted, but then my mind racing going, I've got to memorize all these Miami Heat players' names and numbers, and never get back to sleep, and I'd be working the next game in a fog. I mean, it was
the only good thing I could hear about what you were saying was you're flying on the charter.
Yeah, that was great. But I had to fly out of Tampa and then back for the start of the road trip, and then back here. And because a lot of times, almost never was there a direct flight. It was through Charlotte or Atlanta. Oh my God, it was just crazy.
The Rollins men's team goes to Las Vegas every year in mid-December.
Yeah.
For 2 games. And I used to go with them. I don't go anymore. Traveling is just.
The travel, I would, on the team plane, it wasn't bad. It wasn't. I mean, it was hard because you'd be flying to the next city, but I would actually start reading and memorizing names and numbers because you had the game notes from the next team that you were coming up to. So I was always working. I actually, when they called me 3 days before I was leaving for Phoenix to open the regular season, I went to Penny's, to the big and tall shop, and bought 13 dress shirts because I realized, looking at the schedule, I had no chance to have a day off to get anything washed. I had to buy 13 dress shirts. So that was my start, just looking at the schedule going, I'm never going to be able to wash clothes.
Now you're doing radio, right?
And it was radio.
They make you wear a tie or something?
Well,
they wear a tie.
They did. They actually preferred that. Now,
they ought to outlaw ties.
Yeah, the guy who I was replacing didn't wear ties, but that's because he was 450 plus pounds and didn't look good at anything.
This guy Dave I just told you about, he wears a tie and everything. I said, Dave, what do you?
Yeah.
You know, he does it. He said, well, I do an interview with Coach after the game, and he's got a tie.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, we'll see what happens here tonight. But just less pressure, more fun. I like talking with Jack. You know, I had no partner on the road. I was solo on the road doing an NBA game. And with a 24-second shot clock and with their speed, you could not look down for a note.
Right. Because
there's 2 passes and a dunk, and they're playing defense by the time you look up. It was really hard for an old TV play-by-play guy like me. So.
Yeah.
I
do back-to-back radio games now by myself.
Yeah.
And
by the end of the night, you're tired.
Second half of the men's game, I'm.
Yeah.
Because I can't leave dead air.
Oh, I know.
And I go to commercials because the station is the college station, and the only commercial we have, I read.
Oh yeah, I know. No voice breaks.
That's not good.
You have me read some. I'll be your intern tonight. You could just hand over during a break, give you a voice break. They asked me, can you do it? I said, well, yeah, I can do it. I mean, I'll be ready. I can do it. But You know,
will I do it?
But the thing was, I went back and thought later. I think I've only called 5 games at any sport on the radio in my life right before that. And I had called 2 Oregon State women's games, 3 Oregon State men's games on the radio, or 4 radio, and a grease pig scramble at the county fair. That was when I was in high school. So that was my radio play-by-play career. So to do this, I called 1,000 games on TV. But I had 5 games
I was the
or so
opposite.
on radio.
It's always been a hobby for me, so I did a lot of radio. Doing TV was really a switch, but I loved it. Especially when you got a monitor, and they do replays and all that sort of thing.
The hardest part of TV is the first 3 minutes of the show. Hi, everybody. Welcome to looking into the camera and trying to set up your color commentator to talk about the guys you're going to feature. That's it. That's the hardest part.
I've done the conference tournament. They've asked me a few times to do that, and they do the streaming video.
Right.
I did the. It's interesting. I was a color guy for the Lynn broadcaster, and I was thinking this the other day. He didn't want to do any kind of pregame. He wanted to come right on the air at the tip.
Oh, really?
I said, are you kidding me? It's a tournament game. You get people from all over listening, and you're not going to say it. I went to the assistant commissioner after I did. I said, he's a good broadcaster, but you got to do 5-6 minutes, the intro. He didn't even introduce the lineups.
Oh, wow.
He would tell you who they are as the game was going on.
Oh, man. That's crazy. My first year here, I did the tournament.
By the way, these 2 girls are assistant coaches, Taylor and Courtney Berry. They played on the only Rollins team to make a Final Four 5 years ago. So I don't know. And her brother, by the way, Barry, do you see the one in the white shirt?
Oh, yeah?
It's Joel Barry the second from North Carolina who won the national championship a couple years ago. That's her younger brother.
Really? That's athletic family.
Great family. They're just great people. He's now playing for Team USA. I think he's going to play G League. He's only 6 feet, maybe 6'1", and he's just a kid's a winner. He won 2 state championships in high school. He won that one in the USDC. I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
No. I just want to make sure I got my stuff. No. That's pretty cool.
Tidbits.
Yeah. And I know the first year I was in Florida, I did Eckerd games.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and they asked me, Rob Renicky asked me, actually I think it was Ed asked me to do the tournament in Kissimmee for the men's game, and they had it on ESPN3 that first year or whatever.
Yep.
So I did that when Florida Southern won the national championship that year. So that was a great year. It was them and Barry in the game that we did.
Is that in Kissimmee? Is that when that tournament was?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, it was there. Yep. And it was a lot of fun, And I was, and again, that was TV, ESPN3.
Yeah.
It was like a TV game, so I felt totally comfortable there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I did the women for that tournament.
I think you might have, actually, if I remember right.
Yeah, I remember the ESPN people came in. We were going to have a meeting, and then they were late getting there, which didn't matter. But.
Yeah, but I think you did, because I think I remember that.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, the women's game ended, we were in the same broadcast position. Yeah. You guys had to jump out, and we had to jump in. So it was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I was just strange. We're going to have a production meeting. Okay, I'm going to go out and where are they?
They weren't even, they weren't there.
They had like a trailer out there.
Yeah, I remember. But I did that first year that I was here, which was now, 5 seasons ago, I guess. I did Eckerd basketball, and then I wanted to do baseball. That was always my favorite sport, just
really
baseball. And
tough to do.
Yeah, and a lot of dead time and all that.
Yeah.
But I wanted to do baseball, and Eckerd just said we don't really do it. We'll have a student do it, basically, if anything. And I thought, well, okay. And so Tom had I had emailed Tom and the Eckerd people, and Tom said, if you want to do baseball, we'll have you do baseball. So I came here and did baseball.
Boy, they play good
During
baseball.
the season, I was going to Eckerd for basketball and here for baseball.
Wow.
Hey there, how are you? Good to see you. Good to see you.
Hey, how are you?
Dominic
Robert
Rollins.
Siegel. Nice to meet you.
Good. So that next year, I just decided I don't.
How does that work?
Yeah, look, oh, here it is. Back here. I just thought it wasn't fair to either school.
What is that now?
God, what do we do here? I think I just. Well, let's see. Put my glasses on. I think. Okay, we're back to just the internet. So is he on the same? Let me see. Let's see if it's the front row thing.
Take it over there to him, or?
Picture here. Oh no, this is Tampa Relays, Tampa Rollins, a Tampa upcoming event. This would be live stats. That's what we're looking at. Women's. So we'll get that, and it should come up like that. Yeah, you'll have it. It'll be on here once they start with the lineups.
Okay, there you go. All right. You built it? Yeah, I was told about it.
Yeah.
If I touch something,
Well, I think he knocked it silly when he said
I'm
hello.
checking to see if we're close here. Okay, figure it out.
So I've done Tampa ever since, and I did baseball for 2 or 3 years, I guess.
They've had great baseball here.
It's been great baseball, and I like doing it still, but it's just too far for me because I live an hour away.
You live where?
Over Indian Rocks Beach, which takes about an hour to get here. It takes 25 to 30
Over
minutes
Pinellas?
to get.
That's
Yeah,
maybe
Pinellas. I have to drive all the way across the peninsula, which is nothing but friggin' red lights. And it takes, every time you hit one of those, it's 3 to 5 minutes before it.
Really?
Yes. So it can take over an hour to get here. And then the Howard Franklin Bridge is always jammed up.
Yeah, that I know.
So I stopped doing baseball last year. I just said it's just too much.
I'm a native of Orlando and born and raised there, and we finally lived in the Winter Park area and went and bought a house up by the river in Sanford, about 20 miles north, which is now starting to grow. But they started a summer collegiate league, and some of the Tampa kids played in the league, and then the ballpark is like 5 minutes from my house. So I've been doing the PA for them
That's nice.
for 15 years. I
See,
love
that would be fun.
I've done it.
See, and if I was close to Eckerd, I'd do Eckerd.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing. I've got to go over and down. It's like to get to the interstate and then to go down to Eckerd. Or I have to go through St. Petersburg to get down to Eckerd. It's 45 minutes to get to Eckerd. And it's 45 minutes if I hit all the
Eckerd's
lights.
all the way near the bridge.
It's right near, it's the last exit before the bridge.
Yeah.
Before Skyway. So
Skyway, yeah.
So it's to drive just a few minutes more maybe to get
Come
here.
here.
I just chose here because baseball was better and I wanted to just do all the. I like I like Tom Jesse. I like Justin Peck is a good guy.
Yeah, he's
Anyway,
I didn't realize it's already like his 17th year.
I know.
That's amazing.
Hi, Jack. How are you doing?
Hey, Robert Siegel. How are you? Nice to meet you. He's going to work both broadcasts there.
Yeah. He's giving me his reads because he needs a voice break during that.
So I'll do the reads for us.
Yeah, and I'll go over here.
So you're going to do play-by-play here in color there.
Yeah, that'll work.
That's multitasking.
Yeah. I won't have any gas left for the men's game, but that's okay.
I'll just ask you yes or no questions. Then.
Please do. We got notes for both schools.
Okay.
Thanks to Robert. And Tom, obviously.
forgot my women's notes.
Oh.
I swear I had them with me.
Do you need more room? You want to come
I'm
down?
good. I'm good.
You sure?
No.
All right.
I was just kidding. I just.
No, I don't. This. I'm going to bring this over. Here. So it turns out Tom Jesse's going for 500 today. And I've already asked both Tom and Tom if we can have him walk over if he wins.
Yeah.
So that'll be our post-game game, you know. So, but he has to win, and I'm not sure that's going to happen today.
It's a tough game.
This is a tough one.
Yeah.
And the men have two 700-win coaches.
I know.
And
one has been here longer than Richard Smith.
Yeah. And the women's coaches won 700 for Rollins. There's three 700-win coaches and a guy going for 500 today.
2,600 wins
In the building. In Division 2. Amazing. That's amazing.
Well, Richard had a lot of his that.
Yeah, right. It was 10 years ago tonight that I came home from the hospital.
Really?
From the emergency surgery.
Wow.
For my stage 3 colon
just before
cancer.
Christmas, if I remember, everything hit the fan, right?
Yeah, it was Christmas night. I felt it, and then I went into the hospital 3 days later, and they went right in for surgery.
Wow.
So the 28th, the evening of the 28th is when I went into surgery and had the surgery. 7 hours later, 4 in the morning, I was done with the surgery, but I was in the hospital for 13 nights. Did
they treat it just like they did Devin? They found it next day, surgery. They didn't.
It was that day because it was my colon was fragmenting. They didn't know that till they went in there. But they saw enough on they took a picture, CAT scan or whatever. They saw that. They called the surgeon in. It was a Sunday afternoon, and they called him in. They said, "You'll have surgery as soon as he gets here." Wow. And then they told me it was fragmenting, and if I'd waited,
which means what? Destroying,
falling apart. It would have been bursting, and all the poisons would have killed me, basically. So yeah, I'm glad to be here.
Yeah. Yeah, with Devin, they found it in the afternoon up in Palm Harbor. Wow. Called us in at like 3 in the afternoon, said, all children's is waiting for you, go.
Oh, my God, yeah. Yeah, they told me that. And so I called my friend who lived nearby. He came to the hospital, and he got there as I was being wheeled in. It was crazy. It was literally no time to think about it. You've got colon cancer, and if we don't operate, you're going to die. It was kind of the message. It's like, okay, let's do this.
Yeah.
Oh, let me go through these with you real quick. Okay. Yari Martinez Toro. Okay. Paul Grigos, like a long E. Okay. Grigos.
Jalen.
Jalen.
Okay. Asia Newsom. Samarkanti.
Yep. Jablonski. Then Tania Pluviosi. So there is a long E at the end. Okay. Pluviosi. Daniels, Rachel Leah. Andrews,
Bernicia.
Yoka Tassant. Okay. McClendon, Jasmine Smith, Tiana Rosser. Okay. And that's it. Okay. All right. Should we go? Or do you want to?
No, let's.
All right.
Can I get my pencil? Pen? When you're ready.
All right, sir. You want to do the honor?
Yep. All right, here we go.
And a very pleasant late afternoon to all of you. Hi, everybody. Scott Lynn along with Jack Ike, and it's time once again for University of Tampa women's basketball. Tonight, the opponent is the Rollins Tars. They are 8-4 overall. They've won 6 of their last 7. They are 5-1 in the Sunshine State Conference, and they are in second place, just a half game behind unbeaten Florida Southern, 5-0 in the SSE, 12-1 overall. But Jack Ike, this is a very, very tough team that the Spartans are playing tonight.
Well, we talked about it last week that you've got to beat the teams below you to give yourself a chance to fight for it. But when you get to play the teams above you and it's on your court, you have to take care of business.
Well, and it is a very important game for the Tampa Spartans. They are 3-2 in the Sunshine State Conference, tied for 4th with Lynn and Eckerd as they enter the game tonight. They're 9-4 overall, 6-1 here at the Bob Martinez Athletic Center, so they've had some good home cooking, but this is a tough Rollins team tonight. A young team, but a very talented team and a rebounding team, offensive rebounds in particular, Jack.
Yeah, a stat that jumped out at me, I was just kind of going through the stats of each team to see if anything looked unusual. Rollins gets 16 offensive rebounds a game. 16.
That's
Most
a lot.
teams get about 4, 5. 6 is a great one.
Yeah.
16.
Yeah, they have a lot of people that go and get it. And Tom Jesse, the coach of the Spartans, who tonight is going for his 500th career coaching win against another legend, Glenn Wilkes, who has over 700 wins on his resume. He knows that this is a great offensive rebounding team, and he says that we are going to probably try to go into a half-court game tonight, slow it down. We'll break if we have the advantage, but he says we're going to send 5 players to the glass every shot. Every time, because we don't want to give up 16 offensive rebounds. Oh, man.
As soon as the ball's up, find your man.
Find your man. So we've got a lot of action tonight. 2 700-win coaches in the nightcap as well. It's an amazing day here. Yeah, in the men's game, 2 700-win coaches, and then have a 700-win coach in Glenn Wilkes Jr. tonight. And Tom Jesse going for his 500th win. You did the math. That's a lot of wins.
It's minimum 2,600 wins, 2,600 combined wins.
And in Division II, where a lot of times successful coaches might move on to a Division I program, it's amazing that these coaches are here and that they've done what they've done.
It's a credit to their school for wanting to keep them here.
Yeah, for keeping them and their dedication and loyalty to the programs. Time for the national anthem. So let's get you the starting lineups for this game between Rollins and the University of Tampa. First of all, number 0, Yari Martinez-Toro. She is averaging a team-high 3.1 assists, almost 10 points a game. She is their leading three-point shooter on the season, the sophomore from Bayamon, Puerto Rico. Number 21 is Denise Daniels, a 5'10 junior swingman from Orlando, Florida, Colonial High School, averages 8.5 points per game, over 4 rebounds per game as well. Rachel Leah, number 22, is a sophomore, 5'7 guard from Williamsburg, Virginia. Vernisha Andrews is number 23, a 5'9 senior from Altamont Springs, Florida, Lake Mary High School. She is a second leading rebounder on the team at 7.3 boards per game. And number 30, the star of this team, leading rebounder, leading point scorer, leading block shot, the SSC Defensive Player of the Year 2 seasons ago, Carly McClendon, 6'1 senior from Sanford, Florida, out of Seminole High School. She is a tremendous talent, ranks very high nationally, 3.2 block shots per game. She is really a tremendous shot blocker. Glenn Wilkes Jr., winningest coach in SSC history, 705 wins, 253 losses, picked up his 700th career win in a victory over number 17 Embry-Riddle back in late November. His assistant coaches, Courtney Berry, Eddie Cole, Tammy Stark, and Sarah Taylor. Eddie Cole with the coach for his 28th season. Berry, Stark, and Taylor are all Rollins alumni, former players. The Tampa Spartans, as we mentioned, 9-4 on the season. Their starting Stasia Titer, number 11, 5'8 senior from Orlando out of Colonial High School. Number 12, Chris Nelson, the point guard, 5'4 junior out of Augusta, Georgia, and Shoemaker High School. Dori Naj, number 13, the USF transfer in her first season at Tampa, the 6'2 redshirt sophomore from Hungary. She is averaging almost 13 points and 9.3 rebounds per game. Emily Eshu, number 23, out of Naperville, Illinois. She is starting the senior, 10.2 points a game, 4.9 rebounds, over 2 assists per game, has had a career-high 16 rebounds in one occasion this season. And Lauren Cody is in the starting lineup tonight. Cody, the 6'3 senior from Findlay, Ohio, making her fourth start of the season. And the reason being, they want some of the Twin Tower effect, Jack Ike, as they try to keep those Rollins Tars off the glass.
Well, it's not often that Dori Nudge doesn't get to look eye to eye with somebody and has to look up. But with Lauren Cody, that is the case. And, they've played well together when they've been paired up. It isn't always Cody comes in as a sub. Sometimes they'll get out there together.
And they are out there together in a starting role here today. Cody got the tip. The Spartans have the first shot. Stasia Titer throws it into Cody. Cody to Titer. Titer in the lane, a little 5-footer. Around and out. No good rebound by Martinez Toro.
Cody had a chance there when they switched, had a smaller player on her, but she opted to pass.
Good point. Tom Jesse in his 17th season at Tampa, 499 wins, 248 losses, trying for career win number 500 tonight. And if he gets it, his team will have earned it. This is a good Rollins team. Caitlin Mitrick, 7th year as an assistant for Tom Jesse, and Elena D'Alfredo, her 2nd year as a grad assistant on the bench. And there's the first basket of the game, and the Tars are on top.
With a left-handed jump shot there in the lane.
McClendon with the basket. We mentioned that she is the leading scorer at 10.6 points a game. She also is Rollins' all-time leading shot blocker. She actually set that in 2 seasons. Last year averaged 2.7 blocks a game, and she's upped that to 3.2 per game so far. Here's Nudge, wheeling. Into the lane she goes, puts up a tough shot, no good. And good defensive rebound right there by Denise Daniels. They will rebound and push. They'll get on the run. Rachel Leah gives it on top to Martinez Toro. Pick set for her. She drives against Nelson, throws it high off the glass. No good. Nudge got her hands on the ball. It ends up in the hands of Nelson. Nelson brings it over. Nudge calls for the ball, says, I'm open. She'll shoot the 18-footer, and she
that's a nice-looking shot. Wide open, good form. You know, you mentioned that these teams like to get up and down the floor. They're the top 2 teams in scoring defense in the conference at about 51 for Tampa, 55 for Rollins. They are outscoring their opponents by double digits, so they're both around 65 a game.
Which tells me we're going to have a tight game. A shot there by Daniels, no good. Rebound. Here comes Eshu with the basketball into the front court. 7:50 left in this first quarter, 2-2. I think it's going to be a war all night long. Eshu on top to Cody. Now Titer. In it goes to Titer. She's fouled from behind. A quick whistle maybe setting the tone, Jack.
Yeah, that may be something that the Spartans want to do, is keep going in there and see if they can either get the mismatch or the foul, as they did on McClendon there.
Cannot match up with that height at the moment.
Actually, the foul on Leah.
It was not on McClendon.
Yeah, it was on Leah. But you're exactly right. I do think that they will try to challenge the shot blocker and see if they can get her in foul trouble, that being McClendon. Nice find by Titer. Nelson doesn't shoot. A lot of time on the shot clock. She'll back it out and set up the offense. Skip pass. Eshu from the corner for 3. No good. Long rebound to Titer. One thing Tom Jesse told me is they go into this 1-2-2 zone. It takes away your wing 3-point shots, but you will have corner 3-point shots. Inside, Titer. Nice step-through move.
Or a drive baseline from the corner.
That'll work, too. 4-2, the Spartans with their first lead. He said Eshu will get a lot of looks from the corner tonight. Hopefully she'll knock him down. I know her family watches up in Illinois. Nice to have you along tonight, family. Here's Titer. Inside it goes. Nudge puts it up.
Wow.
Nice move. Up and in.
They lost track of her there on the zone.
And McClendon let her shoot that rather than risk the foul. She's a very smart shot blocker. She will not let you get your body into her. She'll step back in order to avoid the contact, which is where a lot of the fouls are called when you're trying to block a shot. Now, here comes Titer. She beats her to the ball all the way. Left hand. Oh, missed the layup. And it's out of bounds, I think, off Rollins.
Laid it up over the rim.
A little bit too hard with the left hand. She is a right-handed player, so that's not the natural move. Should mention, Carly McClendon, the standout shot blocker for Rollins, is a left-handed player. Yes. Well, they're actually going to talk it over and give the ball to Rollins. So
that's a good call.
So when she goes to block a shot, you're actually a right-handed shooter's bringing the ball right up to her left hand.
Have better chance of blocking.
Yeah, so you're bringing it right into her strength, which allows her the opportunity to block the shot.
Coach told me one time that they do try to teach good shot blockers to do it left-handed, because when you do it right-handed, you cross your body over to get to their right hand, and you oftentimes get called for the body.
Right. Turnover. Spartans will take advantage and get the basketball, and we'll go the other way. 6-2, Spartans on top. Early on here at the Bob Martinez Athletic Center on the campus of the University of Tampa. Eshu looks for the cutter. Doesn't pass it. Gives it to Nelson instead. Cody, not a huge offensive threat from distance. She'll look to hand off. Nudge, strong move to the basket and finished with the left hand. And a timeout is going to be called by Glenn Wilkes Jr. He doesn't like the way his team...
choice words for his players.
I think so. So, it's a timeout with 5:32 left here in the first quarter. 8-2, Tampa leading Rollins here on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
Right down the lane. She's got a quick 6 point.
So what do you think so far, Jack?
Well, I did some more checking on some things. There's one school in Orlando that I think may have a powerhouse girls basketball team. That's Colonial High School.
Oh, yeah.
Stacia Titer, Colonial High School.
Right.
You look on the roster for Rollins, and they've got Jalen Harrison, Colonial High School, went to Georgia State.
Right.
And also Denise Daniels, and I believe Karma Jeremy was a Colonial.
Yes, she was as well. I was going to mention that. I did know that.
Yeah.
And in fact, Georgia State, that is where Titer played as well. So they were teammates in high school and at Georgia State, her and Harrison.
It had to be a powerhouse school.
Yeah, I got to think.
College basketball, wherever you are.
Well, 5:32 left, first quarter. The Spartans getting off to a good start here so far tonight.
So far in this game,
The Spartans are 4 of 8 from the field, and Rollins is just 1 of 4, and Rollins with only 3 rebounds, and I don't believe any offensive boards, right?
Correct.
There's another long rebound. This one, Nelson grabs and goes the other way.
Spartans are not necessarily a team that is going to try to run you to death anyway, so I think having everybody crash is probably just going to fit with their philosophy.
All right. Lob inside, Cody, off her hands and out of bounds.
She was laying it in before she caught it.
And that's the first turnover for the Spartans, and I think you're right. She was looking, saying, hey, I'm going to get an easy two here.
Yeah, it was a good pass.
Rollins, a very young team. Jacqueline Harrison, number 4, is in now for Rollins. Also, here's Jablonski, number 11. She's off the bench as well.
nobody inside.
Daniels with it on top, defended by Titer. Inside they go to Rosser. Rosser is checked in, and a shot blocked by Cody.
She did not give anything there. Just stayed with her, forced her to go under the basket.
Tiana Rosser, 5'11", redshirt junior from Orlando, was injured last season. When she went down with the injury, the Tars were ranked 5th in the nation. They ended up finishing the year 12-14. They had a number of injuries, but that was a huge loss. She actually sat out the first 6 games this year, and that shot is no good. And look at SU go and get that ball. But she has played in the last 6 games, Tiana Rosser.
Carey. Yep. She did.
Yep, and that's another turnover, the second for SU and the Spartans.
You don't want to have empty possessions when the other team is struggling.
And they are struggling, just 1 of 7 from the floor so far. Spartans have out-rebounded the Tars, 7-4. Jablonski, bounce pass to Daniels. Daniels, defended by Nudge, gives it up. Now it's Jablonski again for 3. Long iron shot, good seal out by Titer, and off to the races they go. 3-on-2, Titer dribbles, spins, left hand, short, no good. Got it out though to Cody. And the Spartans will have another chance. Rollins has missed its last 7 shots from the field. 15-footer from the baseline is good.
That's a good shot. She's hit 2 of them. 1 from the elbow, 1 from the baseline.
Nodge with 8 points on 4 of 5 shooting. 8 points in 7 minutes.
Well, what she's doing is setting the tone. They try to not let her go inside, so she pops the jumper. Now they got to come out and guard her, and she'll take the drive.
Harrison gives it up. The shot is nailed. Basket by Denise Daniels. Just the second field goal. 4 points now for Rollins. They're down 10-4. They were down by 8 just a second ago. Here's Eshu. Gives it on top. Nudge. Nelson. Into the glass she goes. Kick to Titer for 3! And she knocked it down. Largest lead for the Spartans. It's 9, 13-4. and 5 Rollins players waiting to come in at the next dead ball.
Is this hockey?
Feels like it.
Changing lines?
Power play right now so far for Tampa. Harrison defended by Nelson. Nice job. Harrison into the corner it goes. Nudge, good defense on Daniels. Daniels backs it out, gives it to Harrison on top. 5 to shoot. She goes to the basket. Another block shot by Cody. Knocked it off of Harrison, out of bounds. It's Tampa ball with 1:59 left here in the first quarter. Tampa leading by 9, and the players pretty pumped up. Lauren Cody all smiles as she heads to the bench.
Julia McClure coming in. The one thing Cody did there, and most of it was because of her height, she didn't have to jump. She kept her feet on the ground, just put her hand on the ball.
Yeah, Harrison is only 5'4", and as we've mentioned before, Cody is 6'3", so yeah, big difference. Into the corner, there's the corner shot. SU doesn't get it. Ball knocked out of bounds off the hands of Jasmine Smith, the 5'11 freshman from Orlando, number 31. It'll stay Tampa ball.
2 shots by SU.
You mentioned
one from each corner, both hitting the front of the rim.
Right. Julie McClure was in a moment ago. Now we see Julia Ingram, number 3, checking in. She is the 3-point shooter extraordinaire. Tighter, thought about a 3. McClendon got out to her. She says, well, let's run it. Would have been pretty early in the shot clock for that one. 9-point lead for the Spartans with 1.5 minutes left in the quarter.
Ingram shoots about 44% on threes. Let's find out.
And there it is! Right off the bench.
See, I cued her.
You did. Nice call, Jack.
All right.
And Tom Jesse applauding his team. They lead by 12, 16-4. Julia Ingram knocking it down. She doesn't even have a sweat up yet. McClendon's shot is up and in. Carly McClendon on the floor with Jasmine Smith. Yoka Tassant, number 24, is out there as well. Summer Conti is on the floor, number 10.
Stepped on the baseline, or stepped on the out-of-bounds line.
Mm-hmm. And Asia Newsom is in as well. So those are the 5 on the floor right now for Rollins. If Glenn Wilkes is going to keep subbing like that, it's going to keep me busy all night long.
Now you know what the pain I had doing hockey.
Oh, I could not do hockey, Jack. It's the one sport I've done everything except hockey, and I do mean everything.
You've got 3 lines on each team, so that's 15 players on each team, changing whenever they feel like it.
Just whenever, as they skate by you. Here's McClendon, push shot off the iron. No, there's an offensive rebound. Put up, no good. Kept alive, but knocked out of bounds by Rollins. It'll be Tampa ball. That's, I think, the first offensive rebound for the Tars in this game. They average, as Jack has mentioned, over 16 offensive boards. Jasmine Smith picks up the first.
And there's no damage to the Spartans.
16-6. Full court pressure. They don't do a lot of full court pressing, but they will fall back into that zone. They get right out to Ingram. They know. Inside, and now tighter for 3.
Nope.
Ooh, a little back of the iron action. Rebound. Here come the Tars. A 3-point shot at the buzzer is good. Big by Asia Newsom. Just her second 3-pointer of the season. Unbelievable.
Wow.
What a finish in this first quarter. A good start, though, for the Spartans, and a nice finish for Rollins. That makes it 16-8 at the end of 1.
All right, we've got some great sponsors bringing you the games this year. One of them, Courtyard by Marriott. They're at 3805 West Cypress here in Tampa. It's the official host hotel of the Spartans. When you visit, be sure to ask for the UT rate. You'll get some big savings. Courtyard by Marriott, simply refreshing. And Pizza Hut is a proud sponsor of UT Athletics. Call Pizza Hut in Tampa today at 251-3399. You'll get your pizza delivered right to your doorstep. And if you're thirsty, as long as you're getting a pizza, grab a Pepsi. Pepsi has been bringing fun and refreshment to consumers for more than 100 years.
Good start for the Spartans as they shoot 47% in the first quarter, 7 of 15 from the floor, 2 of 5 from beyond the arc. They out-rebound the Tars 12-5. Rollins shoots just 4 of 14 in the quarter, 28%. Missed their 2 3-point tries. Turnovers were fairly even. The Tars turned it over just twice. The Spartans just 3 times. Largest lead for the Spartans, 12 points. And again, Rollins led 2-0 early on. That's their largest lead of the game.
Well, one thing that you can say when it's these two teams meet, especially when they're both having good seasons, is one quarter does not make a game.
Boy, that's for sure. Now, Rollins hit the game or the buzzer-beating shot, but because the possession arrow was in their favor, they get the ball to start the second quarter.
Okay.
That's like getting the kickoff at to start the second half after you got a touchdown to end the second quarter. Carr's with it. This is Tassant into the lane, defended by Tyder. She got a hand on it. Held ball. Tampa, arrow pointing their way now. Nice job by Tyder. And again, full court pressure.
Did you know, since I am full of obscure trivia, that when a team scores a touchdown on you, you have the option to kick if you want?
If you want.
Yes. Nobody ever has done that.
Oh. Okay.
They've all said, well, you scored on us, we'll take the kick.
Yeah, okay.
We're not going to kick back to you. It is an option.
That would make sense, actually. The coach that would decide otherwise would be unemployed relatively soon, wouldn't he?
Probably by halftime.
Yeah, I would think. Missed shot by Tampa, so the Spartans, who led by 12, it's 8 now, and this shot, if it goes, it'll cut to 6. Rounded out, no good. Good screen out there by Nudge.
Once again, yeah, she's good at it anyway, but even more critical tonight.
Nudge has 6 games this season in which she has had double-figure rebounds. She's had 4 double-doubles. Ingram thought about the 3, but McClendon was within range. Out. Three-pointer, no good. McClure, not their best three-point shooter. 1 of 9 now for the season. But they have urged her. We talked to her after a game in which she did hit her first career three-pointer. They've urged her to go ahead and shoot some of those.
Yeah.
Knock it down if you can.
Just don't force it. If it's a good shot, take it.
Ooh, I think Newsom might have got away with a double dribble. And got it to Smith, though, and Jasmine Smith knocks it down. And now we're seeing, after made baskets, they are full court pressing, but dropping back into their zone shortly thereafter.
Well, just a little more wear and tear, but maybe you get one.
Nudge. Tighter, kicks it out. Eshu back in the game. That's her wing shot. That's the shot she wants.
Yep.
And she knocked it down. She can make them from the corner, too.
Doesn't want to go too deep.
Yeah, but that wing shot is her shot. And Emily has to feel good about that one. 32% shooter from deep this season. She'd missed her first 2 tonight, but she connected there to give the Spartans a 9-point lead. McClendon looking inside, has to give it up to Newsom. Newsom thought about a 3. Now it goes inside, and Nudge is going to be called over the back of McClendon there, out of bounds. First foul of the game comes here in the first foul of the second quarter, at least I should say. Nudge with her first foul. That's the Spartans' first foul of the game.
Many, though.
Yeah, Leah had the other one. That's it. There's been 1 on each team now. 1 in the first quarter and 1 so far here in the second. Martinez Toro, the starting point guard, back in the game. She gives it to Harrison. Harrison backs it out. Good spacing here and a 3-point shot. Back of the iron. Long rebound, Carly McClendon. 3-point shots from deep. Will have long rebounds.
Yeah.
Yep, they are going to go long, and that time McClendon was right place, right time. So a couple of offensive rebounds here. McClendon defended by Cody, who's back in the game. McClendon defended by Cody. Off the pick. McClendon with 3 on the shot clock, got it away, and Tighter with a great box out. Stasia Tighter does so many things well.
One of the top scorers in the conference and 3rd in the conference in rebounding.
And you talk about getting your backside into somebody on screen out. She's probably pretty much a league leader in that. It's still going to stay Tampa ball here at this end. 15 on the shot clock. Newsom will sit down. Chris Nelson to inbound. Out on top to Ingram. Now to Tighter. They kick it around. Ingram gets open for 3. Off the iron, no, and it'll go out of bounds. Vernicia Andrews watched it bounce on the line. 9-point lead for the Spartans here in the first half. 8 points for Nudge, the leading scorer in the game. McClendon has 4 tops for the Tars. There's a 3-point shot that's going to miss everything. And the rebound ends up in the hands. Here comes Ingram. She pushes. Eshu. Emily Eshu played her first 2 years collegiately at Bradley University in Peoria, Illinois, Division I. Played here last year. Cody almost had it knocked away from behind. Eshu skip pass. 3-pointer. Ingram. No. Off the iron. And Cody over the back of McClendon. Second team foul in the quarter. Rollins ball.
Not a big foul there.
No.
It's fun watching Glenn Wilkes coach. He's very animated.
He is.
About 10 minutes before the game, he was standing at the scorer's table eating popcorn.
Yep. 9-time Sunshine State Conference Coach of the Year, National Coach of the Year in 2006. Winningest coach we mentioned in Sunshine State Conference history. Now in his 33rd season. Long rebound, and there we go. Andrews with the board. I think that's the third offensive board by my count.
Both were long.
Yep.
2 of them were long ones.
Whistle on a foul on Titer as Andrews put the move on her. It'll be the third team foul, ball out of bounds underneath.
You know, you do the math on somebody who has 700 wins. That means they've got a whole bunch of years.
Yeah.
You've got 35 years, and that's 20 wins a season.
Yeah.
So if you're below that, you're 20 plus wins a season.
A nice move to the basket.
Year after year.
You're right. You're right. No, he's had a lot of success, and he's one of the great coaches in this conference all time. Martinez Toro, by the way, with her first bucket. 19-12, the score. Cody kicks out. Ingram gives to Titer. Looking for Eshu in the corner. Eshu had to jump to get it. Now into Cody. She almost passed to you, Jack.
Yeah, I was a shot.
5 on the shot clock. Nelson knows it. Spinning to the basket. Now she didn't know. There was 1 second on the shot clock when the whistle bailed her out. And Tom Jesse made sure that she knows that the time was about to expire. It didn't cost him that time, but you got to be aware, especially if you're the point guard running the offense. 4:40 left in this second quarter. It's Tampa 19, Rollins 12. Watching it all right here on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network.
Well, the Spartans have their own team of orthopedic physicians. How about a big shout out to Dr. Seth Gasser and his Florida Orthopedic Institute. They've got a great sports medicine team. They keep our players safe, and they provide athletic training services and medical care to UT student athletes. And the Crown Plaza offers business travelers high levels of comfort, service, and amenities. Visit Crown Plaza Hotels and Resorts. Crown Plaza, it is the place to meet. And the official chariot of the Spartans is Mart's First Class Coach. If you need to charter a bus, go online to www.martsfirst.com.
Spartans by 7. They've led by as many as 12 in this game. And it's a 7-point advantage with 4:40 left here in the half. We talk about Glenn Wilkes. I mean, he has done a tremendous job. And again, 18 NCAA tournament appearances in his 33 seasons. Oh, this is his 33rd, so in 32 seasons, really. 18 out of 32. That's good success rate right there. And there's a skip pass by Chris Nelson on one hop. It ends up in the second row of the bleachers. And Nudge will come back in for Cody. Cody's not the offensive threat and presence that Nudge is.
I think Lauren's got to look like an offensive presence, though, to keep him honest.
Yeah. And she can score around the basket. She's pretty good at that. Martinez Toro gets it inside. Out on top it comes to Harrison. Harrison defended by Nelson. Now they switch. The shot is around and out. Good seal out. Nudge guts it to Titer. Good effort there. Martinez Toro nearly stole that one underneath. 4 minutes left in the second quarter. Nelson, Titer, Ingram. They work it around. Good ball movement. And now a strip by Martinez Toro. And a near steal by Tampa. But it ends up in the hands of Tiana Rosser. And full court pressure on the makes.
I think this is as close as it's been since 7-2.
I think you're right. 5-point lead for the Spartans. You knew it wasn't going to be easy, though. You just knew that. The Tars 5-1 in the conference, just a half game behind Florida Southern. They're 5-0 in the SSC. Skip pass, Ingram for 3 from the corner.
It was about a 4:20 scoring drought for the Spartans. She took care of it there.
And that's a big basket right now. They'd been on 19 a long time.
She's 2 of 4 from deep.
On top it comes to Leah. Leah defended by Titer. They get it inside to Daniels. Daniels is double teamed. Gets it back to Leah. Leah working on Titer. Knocked away briefly. Nelson got a hand on it as well. And Nelson stays with it and makes the steal. They have numbers.
Got bodies.
And Titer lost the ball. Again, looking before the pass was in her hand.
Yep. Golden opportunity just slipped away there.
Tom Jesse sits back in his chair with his arms crossed. There's not a lot of coaching to be done.
No.
When you're on a 3-on-1 break and you don't get a shot. Nobody feels worse about it than Stasia Titer, who gets a quick break. As McClure is into the game now. McClure tips that ball out to Nudge. McClure guarding a much taller player, but she is one of the best defenders on this team. But Tom Jesse's not going to wait long. He sends Cody right back to the scorer's table. I got to think she's coming back in. He doesn't like that matchup. Nelson, 16-foot jumper is good.
That's her shot. She's not going to kill you from the three-point line, but step in, it's a little easier.
Her first points of the game. It's a 10-point advantage with 2 minutes left in the quarter. Good defense by Nelson. Out to Martinez Toro for 3. She knocks it down. She's their three-point shooter. She's 18 of 66 for the season coming into the game. Not a great percentage, but that's the most makes and attempts of anybody for the Tars. That was a big basket, though, for Rollins right here, as their deficit had reached double figures once again.
That's the pass. Passed it up.
Might not get a better look than that.
No, though she had a much taller player charging at her.
Inside it goes. 5 on the shot clock. Whistle and a foul. Second team foul, so it'll be Tampa ball underneath. Cody will come back in for Tampa. In for Nelson. And Rosser's going out. Coming back in is Andrews for Rollins. It's Newsom, Harrison, McClendon, Martinez Toro on the floor. Here, inside it goes to Cody. And now Eshu. That's her spot, and she doesn't get that one to go. Rebound, long rebound to Newsom. And here come the Tars. Down 7. Cody defending McClendon. McClendon's become a pretty good offensive player, but she is really a rebounder and a defensive player, shot blocker. Jumper no good. Rebound, and now scrambling for the ball, and a foul called on Newsom, and she got up on the back apparently of Ingram.
Threw her back.
Yep. But they will set up full court pressure.
Not necessarily a terrible foul, but they called it.
Yeah. Third team foul. Again, no shooters. Tampa with 4 fouls. We're in the final minute, though, so even though their next foul would put Rollins into a 2-shot situation, they may not even have that opportunity. Cody turns and looks. McClure. Nudge.
Nice.
Jumper. 10-footer. Baseline is good. Shot clock goes off now. Rollins should have the final shot if they choose to do so. 9-point lead for Tampa. 15 on the game clock. As Harrison signals we're going to go for 1 here. The high pick by McClendon. Here comes Andrews. Tough jumper, good with 2 seconds left, and that will end the first half. So Rollins with buzzer beaters in the first and second quarters, totaling 5 of their 19 points. We've reached halftime here. It is Tampa 26 and Rollins 19. Your thoughts here the first half?
Well, the one thing I've noticed is with Cody and Nudge in the lineup at the same time, it's really opened up the floor for Dory. because she's in an entirely different position. She doesn't have to play her back to the basket, and she's out on a wing, and she can either hit the jumper, which she's done about 2 or 3 times, or she can give you the fake and drive, and she's picked up a couple baskets there. It's just a whole new world for her there because she doesn't have to be the low post presence.
Rollins, by the way, is not a three-point shooting team necessarily. They make just 1 3 in the first half, while Tampa makes 4 of 11 in the first half. So Tampa with 9 points in the plus column from made 3-pointers, and they lead by 7 here at the break. And Jack, you've got a special guest coming here.
Justin Pekka, the associate head coach of the men's team, sitting in with us as he likes to do.
How are you?
Good. Now, we saw each other since the New Year, right? I said Happy New Year?
We did. We saw each other last Wednesday. Unfortunately,
and that was the New Year.
Night.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, how do you come back from a game like that?
We've had a few good days of practice. You know, we're missing a few key guys, and it makes a difference. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So we're trying to make do.
Would you have preferred to play Saturday? You had Saturday off.
No, I think it was a good day off for us.
Was it?
Yeah, we took the day off, and we were able to get some good practice in and kind of regroup. We watched some film of ourselves and saw where we made mistakes.
What did the film show you? I mean, it was an 18-point lead that disappeared quickly.
We were in foul trouble.
Yeah,
and that really
hurt us. And you didn't have a lot of depth.
Yeah, we don't have depth.
Especially at the point guard.
When we don't have depth, we need to be smarter and can't put ourselves in those situations to pick up silly fouls.
Did the players seem receptive to that, though?
They did.
Yeah?
Yeah, they did.
That's important.
We could have done a few things differently as coaches, too.
Yeah.
Maybe some different defensive looks, but...
So you move on. This week it's Rollins.
All you can do, right?
Yep. A team that's below you in the standings. We said that.
Yeah, you're probably right. They're about the same, I think.
Same. You're about 2 and 3, 2 and 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, so technically about the same.
Yeah.
But those are the games you have to win on this court. We said that last week as well.
Yep. We need to win at home, and obviously right now it's separation time. You know, the standings will be big separation coming up here. So
yes, because you're a third of the way through the conference season already. So you just about after tonight, I think you will be. So you know that's where you kind of a feel for everybody. You haven't quite played everyone yet,
right?
But you're figuring out who's got what.
Right. We should be figuring out what we have, and it's hard when you're missing a few guys. But that just means other guys need to step up, and you know you never know whose number is going to be called. That's what we told them today. You don't know if you're going to be needed today. You don't know who's going to be in foul trouble. So everybody.
Conley missed the last game. What's his status?
He had an MRI on Tuesday. He's going to miss at least 2 more. Yeah.
Don't like to hear that.
Yeah, it's not good. Neither do I.
No. I was looking at some stats, and this one jumped out at me. Cedric Bellarmine has 122 rebounds this year.
Wow.
51 are offensive. Almost half his rebounds are offensive rebounds.
Wow.
71 defensive rebounds, 51 offensive rebounds. That's unheard of.
That's a good number. Now, I want whoever does these stats needs to go back and see how many of those rebounds are his own rebounds from his own shots. Oh. I would be interested in that. No knock on him. He does a heck of a job. He battles inside, but yeah, we need to stat that too.
Okay. we'll have to get an intern.
Yeah, he's padding his own stats though.
Think so?
Yeah, it's good.
There was an NBA player who did that a couple of years ago, maybe 20 years ago.
Got his own rebounds.
Needed a few stats. He needed a few rebounds to meet a monetary bonus.
Oh, smart. Yeah.
And he stole a ball on a fast break, purposely missed it twice.
That's smart. Wow.
And I believe they wouldn't give him one of the rebounds because they said you're playing us.
Wow. That's too bad. Well, he's not getting anything monetarily for it, but he battles and plays hard. He makes a big difference.
We had him on after one of the games, and he said he actually knows when he sees a shot go up where you need to be. He's thought about like Dennis Rodman used to say. If a shot comes from here, I need to be here.
Right.
He was telling us
really good
instincts
when it comes to that.
Yeah, and it's really, I guess you can teach it because he said he watches video and knows what to do.
Yeah.
But doing it is entirely different.
Yeah, luckily he's quick enough. He can jump, well enough and has good hands. He can capitalize on that.
So what do you know about Rollins coming into this game?
Rollins is really good. I mean, they can obviously shoot. They play zone, a little bit different style than we've seen recently. Tough ball screen offense. They're going to be tough to guard for sure. And they're well coached, obviously. Coach Klusman's been here longer than Coach Schmidt.
That doesn't happen much.
This is a battle, those two old guys.
Well, Coach Wilkes for the women's team has 700 wins.
Yeah.
Tom Jesse's going for win 500 tonight.
Oh, wow.
We added it up. That's 2,600 wins between the four coaches.
That's a heck of a
on
night.
one court in about 4 hours.
That's unheard of. That needs to go to ESPN for
I know.
sure.
We need a highlight
Seriously.
to send it on to them.
Yeah. That's a good stat.
Let's see. Who do we know in sports information around here?
I don't know. Where are they?
We'll have to find someone. Well, Justin, we don't want to keep you too long. We want you to get ready, and we appreciate you coming by. And
thank you.
Get a win tonight.
Hopefully, we'll see.
Yeah, well, I demand it.
We'll do it then.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Justin Pekka, associate head coach, as the men's team playing at 7:30 against the Rollins Tars. We're going to step out. 26-19. The women lead at half over Rollins. This is the Sunshine State Digital Network.
Welcome back, everybody. Scott Lynn along with Jack Ike, and let's get you some of the scoring and statistics from the first half of this game. Tampa leading Rollins at halftime, 26-19. The Spartans shoot 44% in the first half as they make 4 of 11 from three-point range, which is 36%. Leading score for Tampa, 10 points for Dory Nodge. She has 10 points, 3 rebounds in 17 minutes. 5 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals for Stasia Titer. As we've said before, she does it all. Julia Ingram has knocked down a pair of three-pointers in this game. Ingram now, I'm just going to double check here, but I think that this is the 4th consecutive game that she has made 2 three-pointers. She is now 8 of 14 over the last 3.5 games. So far, she has been the difference in this game, really, as the Spartans lead by 7. As far as Rollins is concerned, they shoot just 9 of 27 in the first half. 39% in the second quarter after just 29% in the first quarter. They're shooting 33% from the field for the game. They've missed 5 of their 6 three-point shots. The Spartans have actually out-rebounded the Tars. 19-13 have done a tremendous job of sealing and trying to prevent offensive rebounds. In fact, Tampa has 4 offensive rebounds in the game compared to just 3 for Rollins. And as we mentioned at the outset, Rollins is one of the leading offensive rebounders in the nation with 16 offensive rebounds per game, with only 3 in the first half. Obviously, Jack Ike, the Spartans did a nice job keeping them off the glass.
Spartans have 4 offensive rebounds.
I know. Isn't that great? They've out-rebounded them on the glass. And again, one of the big stories coming in, Carly McClendon, one of the leading shot blockers in NCAA basketball, actually. 3.2 blocks per game, the all-time leading shot blocker. She did not have a block shot in the first half, and just 4 points and 2 rebounds in 11 minutes. She averages almost 11 points, 8.5 rebounds, and 3.2 block shots per game. So they've done a nice job of keeping her from being the factor so far in this game.
She's one of the taller players in the conference, but today she's going up against 2 players who are her equal, if not taller. So the shot blocking is not going to come as easily.
Yeah, and again, the move to Lauren Cody has worked out well. Even though she's not a big offensive threat, she has created a lot of things. She's blocked 2 shots of her own.
She's always been good at that.
Yeah, absolutely. So bottom line is the Spartans bring out the let's see who they're bringing out. Julia Ingram is going to start the second half, along with 4 other starters. As we see, Chris Nelson will start on the bench here to start the second half. So it is Nudge and Titer, SU, Cody, and Ingram for the Spartans. Number 23, Andrews, will inbound here at midcourt. She'll throw to Yari Martinez-Toro. Also on the floor is Daniels.
Red and black trim.
And Leah with the ball to McClendon. Martinez-Toro with it.
In the lineup for
pump fake and into the basket, and I think she took steps. She did. Just the 5th turnover of the game for the Rollins Tars. The Spartans had 6 turnovers in the first half.
Probably should have shot it quicker there. She then stopped before she got to the basket, and the pump fake didn't work. Full court.
Yeah, full court pressure on the dead ball situation.
Look at how valuable that is, though, to have your center can break the press.
Yeah, good ball handler. Division I skills for sure. Titer's ball was knocked away by McClendon.
Titer guarding McClendon. No, they switched off. Okay.
They run a little weave action. Martinez-Toro with it now, defended by Titer. Inside it comes McClendon. The lefty fires, no good. Rebound by Nudge.
I think the first few minutes of this quarter are going to be important. Spartans got off to a great start in the first quarter.
Well, and just as the arrow pointed the direction of Rollins after their made shot at the buzzer at the end of the first quarter, they start the third quarter after making the buzzer beater at the end of the second quarter. So the arrow has been fortuitous for the Tars so far in this game. But the Spartans deny them, and it's still a 7-point advantage here. A minute 15 into the third quarter. Ingram will not hesitate to pop if open. Tighter for three, straight away, no good. Just beat the shot clock, and now Nudge grabbing the wrist of McClendon, going for the rebound. So the foul on Nudge, that is her second. Tighter has 2 as well, and so does Nelson, and a whistle, and I think we had to, the shot clock had not been reset or did not start. Only player with 2 fouls is Leah for the Tars, so nobody with 3 at this point. Foul trouble not a big issue.
You know, I don't think I could handle that refereeing stuff. These guys notice when the shot clocks don't. I don't know if I'd even notice that.
No, I'd be, what's going on? What's going on? I'd be saying that a lot. By the way, we should give credit where it's due. Marshall O'Shields, Ray Lewis, and Melanie Rogier are the officials and doing a nice job in this game.
Yep. They're always nice to us, too. No reason they shouldn't be.
No. McClendon defended by Cody. There's Martinez Toro for 3. She knocks it down, and that makes it a 4-point game. And yes, this is as close as they've been for a while.
Right.
And the ball is stolen in the backcourt from Nudge. Martinez Toro, and the Tars bench is alive. Right now, the body language on the Tampa bench is a lot quieter and less demonstrative than Rollins. They're trying to urge for some defense right now. 10 on the shot clock. A 3 by Martinez Toro, and Nudge with another rebound, her 5th.
Tampa students not back in session yet. Not till about the 21st, 22nd, I believe.
Wow. That's why everybody wants to go to school at Tampa. You never have to come back. Till spring break, almost.
They'll be back for 3 days and then take spring break.
That's right.
We shouldn't say that.
SU inside to Cody. Cody working, puts it up, shot blocked. Spartans have been scoreless here to start the third quarter. The Tars have numbers. Look out here, an open 3, no good. Offensive rebound batted out to SU.
Spartans still looking for that first point of the half.
That would have made it a 1-point game had that 3-pointer dropped. They're 2 for 9 from deep. Martinez Toro has made the 2 threes that have gone. Tighter, tough shot off the glass and down.
Smart to do that. One thing that by having Dory Nudge out on the wing is it takes McClendon out on the wing too, which will render her a little less effective.
I bet the coaches had something to do with that, don't you think? Planning that out very nicely.
Well, as long as you can keep Cody in the middle.
Driving to the lane. Cody with her 3rd block shot. Nice rejection. Tighter scored last time down. She is the Spartans' leading scorer, 14 points a game, and she has 7 in this one. Long 3. Oh, 2. I'm sorry. 2 on the line. Nudge with a long jumper, though. Makes it 30-22.
I think she's got 3 on drives and 3 from the outside, or maybe 4 on jump shots.
She's got 12 points, tops in the game, 6 of 8 from the floor overall. McClendon, baseline. This is a 2-point shot, drained nicely by Denise Daniels. Last year averaged 9 points a game. Here's pressure in the backcourt. Nudge has the ball stolen from behind by Andrews. And now contact, no whistle. They're going to call, blocking foul called a little late.
So a turnover and a foul on Nudge.
And that is her 3rd.
Good sequence.
3rd on Nudge. Cody and Tighter have 2 as well. Nope, Cody has 1. I stand corrected. 3rd foul, though, on Nudge, and she'll have to come out. She's not happy about it.
She'll more than likely sit for the rest of the quarter.
And Tom Jesse said, why? Take care of the ball.
Yep.
That would have not led to the turnover.
2 turnovers in the backcourt this half by Nudge.
Men's game coming up tonight at 7:30. Stick around for that one. That should be a good one as well.
If you want to play guard for the Spartans, show up tonight.
Yeah, that's a developing story even as we speak, Jack. Rosser gives it up. They lob it inside. Nice skip pass. It goes to Harrison. Harrison short with a jumper. Tighter gets the long rebound.
No numbers.
Nelson is back in the game, by the way. Ingram out on top. Got to protect the basketball.
I know they are hurriedly calling SIU Carbondale to check on your eligibility.
Oh yes, I do have some time remaining.
Yes.
Whistle on a foul, by the way. First team foul for Rollins this quarter.
Was it Carbondale or Edwardsville?
It was Carbondale is where I started.
Yes.
Went there for a year. 3 of my teammates ended up in the NBA. I realized I was not that good, so I went to a Division II school at the time, SIU Edwardsville.
Okay, I knew it was.
So yeah, I hit them all. I tried to hit every SIU, trying to find a place where I had the ability to play. We have a timeout on the floor with 4:57 left in the third. Tampa's lead at halftime has been trimmed a bit. It's 6 right now. It's 30-24. You're seeing it here on the SSC Digital Network.
The Barnes & Noble Campus Bookstore. All your needs in one spot. Stop by and grab the latest UT gear and get snacks and thousands of accessories. Open Monday through Saturday. It's located on the first floor of the Vaughn Center. You can shop online anytime at utampa.bncollege.com. Walter's Press Box. It's on Southdale Mabry. It's Tampa's original sports emporium and eatery. It's been serving food for more than 20 years. The Press Box, Tampa's favorite place to watch the big game. Press Box, located at 222 Southdale Mabry. And connected via Skybridge to the Tampa Convention Center, Embassy Suites offers a convenient location close to dining and entertainment. 513 South Florida Avenue in Tampa.
We were giving all the kudos earlier to Glenn Wilkes Jr., who is the winningest coach in SSC history, women's basketball, 9-time Conference Coach of the Year, National Coach of the Year, won 13 regular season titles, 8 SSC tournament crowns, 18 NCAA tournament appearances in 32 years. How about Tom Jesse in his 17th season? 11 NCAA appearances, 9 of those here at UT. Going for his 500th career win tonight. His team still has a lot of work to do in these final 15 minutes. Ingram for 3. Off the iron, no. Rebound by Harrison. Off the dribble, off the glass, no good. Tighter pulls down the rebound.
And she lost it. Just took a weird bounce, went away from her.
10th turnover for the Spartans.
4 of them this half.
And that is 5 more than Rollins has. You cannot make twice as many turnovers and expect to win. Spartans have to take care of the ball.
Cody doing a nice job denying the entry pass.
Shot
and
no
he goes
good.
and helps get the rebound.
Cody, great box out. SU got the rebound. Got credit for the board, but give Cody a ton of credit there. Lauren Cody out of Findlay, Ohio. Liberty Benson High School. Yes, indeed. Nice drive to the hoop. 4 minutes left. 32-24.
Chris Nelson just picks her spots. Took a nice jumper from the free throw line earlier and now drives the lane.
Cody with her 4th block shot of the game. She says, "Who's Carly McClendon?" I can block some shots too. A chance to make it a double-digit advantage one more time. Led by as many as 12 in the game. Inside to Cody. She's got it up and in. Nice low post position down on the low block. And timeout called by Glenn Wilkes Jr., who says to his players, "Why are you letting her get the ball in there so deep?" And Cody just put it up and in. Lauren Cody, who's done a nice job defensively with her first bucket of the game, 4 rebounds, 4 block shots as well. It's a 10-point lead for Tampa with 3:24 left here in the third quarter.
And your trusted Tampa Subaru dealer is Mastro's Subaru. It's at 6402 West Hillsborough Avenue. Customers can view the large Subaru inventory. They can receive full-service maintenance. And as a Spartan sponsor, watch for Mastro's UT staff and student service specials at Mastro's Subaru. Our reputation rides with you. And for fresh-made hot or cold subs, visit Firehouse Subs. At Firehouse, our subs are made the firefighter way. They are served steaming hot and loaded with the finest fresh-sliced meats and cheeses. Not far from here, located at 2617 West Kennedy Boulevard. Firehouse, founded by firemen.
This conference is so tough. It is so tough to go through unbeaten or anything like that. In fact, we're not even at the halfway point where you're in this round-robin schedule.
Third.
Yeah, and the only team that's unbeaten in conference play is Florida Southern at 5-0. Rollins at 5-1. Everybody else has 2 or more losses.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy.
It's just a battle every night. And as you said to start the broadcast, you must own your home court.
Spartans have done that this year overall, not in conference games per se, but 6-1 overall here at the Martinez Athletic Center. 10-point lead for the Spartans. A 3-point shot here off the iron. Great box. Now look at the white shirts in there. SU comes down with it.
They are running the game plan. There's no doubt about that.
They got the message, didn't they? SU to Nelson. Picked up by Harrison. Those two 5'4" players just go right at each other, don't they? Tighter picked up on the switch. Inside it goes. Cody on top. Tighter. 18-foot straightaway jumper is good. And that equals the largest lead. 12 points, 36-24, 2:35 left in the third.
That was an outside play there, and it got him a bucket.
And Cody had nowhere to go as she was triple teamed, and she found the player that she had to find. A whistle and a foul. Shots coming right here for Rachel Leah, who is their best free throw shooter, 90% on the season, 17 of 19 so far this year. This is the first free throw attempt for the Rollins tonight at the 2:27 mark.
Well, Spartans have none. These are the first free throws of the game.
Unbelievable. I didn't even realize that, but you're right. First free throws of the game. Missed one. The 90% shooter. There it is, the announcer jinx.
Yeah.
I'm guilty as charged.
Took 28 minutes to get free throws.
Wow. Tighter left the spot. Ingram luckily filled in the vacated position and was there when the ball arrived. SU. Ingram, 7 on the shot clock. Ingram knows it. Bounces out. Tighter now.
Better shoot.
Over McClendon. 1 to shoot. Block. Shot. And a nice defensive play by Rosser, who jumped out there and blocked the shot, which led to the shot clock violation.
Now that's twice now. The Spartans really haven't been aware of the shot clock running down.
And Tom Jesse got up off his bench, off the seat, and went out and told his team, you've got to be aware.
You know, you almost have to have a term as opposed to just saying the shot clock or something like that. You need to have some sort of term that tells people you must shoot.
Something like fire. 5,
yeah,
4, 3, and count it down.
Yeah.
There's a 3 nailed by Harrison. She's the other 3-point shooter on his team. We mentioned Martinez Toro as they have full court pressure, but Harrison is 36% shooter, and that's her 17th make of the year from deep. Spartans got out of trouble there and got the ball across. 1:20 left in the third. The 11-point lead trimmed to 8 just like that. Ingram off the screen by Cody. Kept her dribble, gives to SU. SU off the screen. Tighter to the hoop. Out it goes Ingram for 3. Yes! Great assist by Tighter and a nice hit by Ingram. Her third made 3 of the day. The 41% three-point shooter is now 25 of 58 on the year as they answer at the other end.
Nice drive by Leah.
Ingram 3 for 6 in this game. I had mentioned, Jack, when you were off headsets, she had made exactly 2 in each of the last 3 games. So she's on a real roll, shooting about 60% from three-point range over the last 3.5 games. Tighter. 4 seconds on the shot clock, 15 on the game clock. Tighter, wheels, deals, up and in! Just beat the shot clock.
That's a big-time move.
They think the quarter's over, and it's not. The shot clock expired.
Right, there's still.
But the horn went off. There was still 10 seconds left when the basket was made. So I don't know if they actually fired the final buzzer or if the players were simply confused by the shot clock buzzer.
Yeah, I think it's the shot clock buzzer because nobody presses a button at the quarter. It's automatic.
Right. And they did put the time back on the clock, so exactly 10 seconds left, which is what we thought it should be. 11-point lead. They inbound. Harrison brings it across the timeline. 8 to shoot. Harrison defended by Nelson. Wheeling and dealing. Good defense here by Ingram. The shot launched. No good.
Nice job.
And the quarter comes to an end. The Spartans, at one point, found themselves back up by 12 again after a missed three-pointer that could have cut the lead to 1 went out just a few minutes earlier. But at the end of 3, It's Tampa 41, Rollins 30. You're watching it all here on the SSC Digital Network.
And Jimmy John's, they're freaks about fresh bread, meats, and veggies because that means better sandwiches for all. It's freaky fresh, freaky fast. Jimmy John's, freaky, yeah. Florida Orthopedic Urgent Care, give it up to the Spartan team physicians at the Florida Orthopedic Institute, Florida's largest orthopedic group. That's Dr. Seth Gasser and his sports medicine team. They keep our players active and safe on and off the field with their Ortho Urgent Care, located just minutes away in South Tampa. And University Dining Services by Sodexo allows you to choose from 27 dining stations. They serve breakfast, lunch, dinner, late night, and snacks. The official concessionaire of UT Athletics, Sodexo Campus Dining. Visit the UT website and check dining services for variety and hours.
Tampa shot 7 of 12 from the floor in the third quarter, 58% to get their shooting average up to 49% for the game.
They were 0 for 3 to start the quarter.
They were. And Rollins was 4 of 14 for the second time in a quarter of this game. That was what they were in the first quarter, and they did it again in the third quarter, 28.6%. They did hit their first, a couple of three-pointers, 2 of 7 in the period, 28% there as well. So bottom line is the Spartans, for the first time, start a quarter with the basketball, other than when they won the opening tip, I guess I should clarify. Spartans leading by 11. Largest lead has been 12. Little trap. They get it to Ingram. Ingram, one dribble, skips to Nelson. They get it back to Ingram for 3. It's around and out, no good.
Look good.
Boy, you expect those to go the way she's been shooting lately. Harrison dribbles, shoots the 3 on the move. It's a long rebound, hauled in by Martinez Toro.
That was really the only way they've gotten offensive rebounds in this game.
Long board.
Spartans have done a great job of getting position when the shot goes up.
Turnaround jumper knocked down by Andrews.
But you know what? The intensity will pick up here.
It will. Andrews now with 4 points in the game. Spartans get the ball across. And Ingram gives to Nelson, and they'll operate 20 seconds on the shot clock. 9 minutes left in the game.
And you know the Spartans are doing this with Dory Nudge on the bench. The lead was down to 4.
Tider switched to her left hand or off hand to shoot from the right side and missed the layup. It should have been an easy one. Cody with another block shot. That's 5. Five block shots for Cody. Unbelievable.
Nice shot.
And a nice shot there.
McClendon. Oh, and a steal.
They have to take care of the ball. They skip it out to Martinez Toro on top. 7-point game. Don't go anywhere. McClendon turnaround, forced it up. Ball tipped around, and Cody with a rebound.
Spartans have turned it over 3 times in the backcourt off the press, and it hasn't been that tough a press, but they just have to value the basketball.
12 turnovers in the game to just 5 for Rollins. But Spartans have been shooting better and doing a nice job on the glass. Out-rebounding Rollins 33-20 right now. Tighter jumper from 17. Oh, banked it in!
Did she call it?
Yeah, good. Two-pointer.
It looked like she meant it.
43-34. Not necessarily the shot that they wanted right there, but
shot clock was down to about 3, I think.
Well, that would explain. That would be the shot they wanted then.
Yep.
Okay.
Shot they had to take.
McClendon, who's been held in check in this game, just 6 points, 4 rebounds, and I don't think she has a blocked shot. Inside it goes to McClendon. I shouldn't have said anything, huh? She now has 8 points. Don't go away. They inbound to Eshu. Kicks to Nelson in the corner. Look out for the trap. Here come 3 Rollins players.
Yeah.
She got it away and traveled by Tider in the backcourt. Just an unforced error. It's still a 7-point lead, but the Spartans a little careless with the basketball.
That's 4 turnovers in the backcourt this half. Nudge back in.
And she's coming in for Eshu. Originally, Cody had headed to the bench thinking she was coming out, but they're going with the size.
I tell you, that combo worked well.
You don't need the 3-point shot right now as much as you need to secure every rebound.
Yep, and it allows Nudge to kind of wander around on offense and find her spot.
Nudge playing with 3 fouls. Martinez Toro, the shot knocked away by Cody. I don't know that she'll get credit for a block there, but she did knock the ball away. It'll still be Rollins' ball. 7:01 left. They have 12 to shoot. Rollins just a half game out of first in the SSC. This is a big upset in the making, even though it's on the Tampa home court. McClendon. The young Tars have had success in the early going this SSC campaign. 2 on the shot clock. Martinez Toro lost the ball, and it's a shot clock violation.
Finally, they return the favor. Spartans have had 2 or 3 of those. One thing I've noticed with the Spartans this half is they are, when they do get it into the forecourt, they're running it down deep into the shot clock.
Tyder pushes ahead to Nelson, and now they'll hold it up and run a little clock, I would think, just to get it deeper into the shot clock. Tampa 3-2 in conference play, has a chance to move up right into the thick of things with a win here. Ingram backs it out, 6:30 remaining. 10 to shoot. Behind the back dribble. Left elbow jumper is good.
Wow.
Nudge had a career high 19 points at Embry-Riddle. Had an 18-point, 16 rebound game her last time out here a week ago against Palm Beach Atlantic. That was a big shot, makes the lead 9 once again with 6:05 remaining. Martinez Toro looking inside, drives, throws it up off the glass with the left hand. That's a big time play right there, and she's got 10. First Tars player to get into double figures. Nelson in trouble. Dribbles out of trouble, picks it up, and Tom Jesse saw she was in trouble and called a timeout from the bench. So with 5:47 left in regulation, the Spartans, who have led almost all the way, still lead. It's a 7-point advantage. 45-38 here at the Martinez Athletic Center on the campus of the University of Tampa.
Sailport Waterfront Suites in Tampa is Tampa's only all-waterfront, all-suite resort. It's located on beautiful Rocky Point Island. It's just minutes from UT. Sailport is a refreshing alternative to typical big-box hotels. It's got spacious rooms, waterfront relaxation. Sailport Waterfront Suites, an official partner of UT Athletics. And for generations, Krispy Kreme has been serving delicious donuts and coffee. Stop by for an original glazed donut or other variety. Pair it with a hot coffee. Visit Krispy Kreme. The location nearest us is on West Kennedy. Krispy Kreme, they're serving, in case you need to know, Scott, hot donuts right now.
Tom Jesse's wife, Nikki, played at Rollins for 3 years back in the day.
Very good player.
Very good player. This Rollins team, again, went 12-14, a rare losing season under Glenn Wilkes last year, but they had only 9 players healthy at the end of the regular season. We had talked about Rosser being injured, but they were really injury-riddled. This is a young team. They are playing 9 freshmen and sophomores, only 2 seniors starting. So, or there are only 2 seniors on the roster, I should say, and there are 2 sophomores starting as the Spartans inbound. Glenn Wilkes thinks they might be a year away. They might be real good a year from now. But Carly McClendon is a senior, so they wouldn't have her in the middle. Spartans will move the ball around, show some patience. Pick set by Cody. Gives to Ingram. 7 on the shot clock. Ingram backs it out. Knows that time's ticking down. And now the ball is stripped away by Daniels. Time was starting to tick down. And now all the way to the basket, up and in, and an offensive foul is called. And the officials are going to look at it and see. They're going to talk it over. They think that perhaps she was in the circle.
Yeah.
Might be in the zone. So now they're going to say a 3-point play possibility rather than the offensive foul. She had position, but she was in the inner circle, and so the basket is going to count. And they'll shoot a free throw to try for a 3-point play. This is Andrews to the line.
You know, that's great officiating, though. The one saw it as the charge, but then they said, let's talk about it because maybe I saw it a little differently.
And they're going to, again, all 3 officials now are going to get together to make sure that they have this correct. This is a huge play. Instead of a possession for Tampa and a 9-point lead, or 7-point lead, I should say, it now can be a 4-point lead.
Yep. And I think they were agreed that it was a charge. It's where did it happen? It was 11 to start the quarter.
The foul is on Nelson. That is her first. But now to the line is Andrews, a 57% shooter on the year, but just 8 of 14. That looked pretty pure. 4-point lead for Tampa with a lot of time remaining. 5:16 to go. The intensity is picked up on defense for Rollins. And they've got the outstanding USF transfer bringing the ball up the floor, Nudge. Nelson dribbling, working. Nice pick set by Cody. Nelson to the basket is fouled, and she'll shoot 2 free throws. Nice work. And to the line goes Nelson. She is an 88% shooter on the season. 15 of 17. These are big with exactly 5 minutes to play. No matter what she does here, though, it's going to be just a 2-possession game. No matter what, even if she makes them both. The lead would be 6. McClendon, who was out momentarily, comes back in. And to the bench goes Rosser. Nelson's second free throw is long. Rebound tighter. And she dribbles out of trouble. So now that changes things a bit. They can make it a 3-possession game if they score here. 4:50 remaining. Big offensive rebound by Tighter. Her 9th rebound, as a matter of fact. Ingram. Ball nearly knocked away from behind. Boy, they are just reaching and grabbing. Nelson thought about a 3-5. 5 on the shot clock. Does she know it? Nudge does. And rattles around and out. No good. Rebound hauled in by Andrews. 4:25 left. The crowd is certainly into it, aren't they?
Yep.
Long shot by Leah. Got Nelson to the rim. Threw it up too hard.
Nelson grabbed it.
Tighter with 13 points, 9 rebounds. Nudge leads the way with 14 points. She has the ball, gives to Tighter. Tighter, hands off Ingram. Elbow jumper. Off the back of the iron, no. Rebound hauled in by Harrison. Pushing ahead, Martinez Toro. He set it up now with 3:50 to play. 5-point Tampa lead. SU will check in next dead ball. Martinez Toro with 10 to shoot. Open for 3. They left her open. Wow. Rattled around. No good. Offensive rebound off the hands and out of bounds. Leah had the ball and just couldn't secure it. So Ingram's going to go down and sit while SU comes back in, trading 3-point shooters there, but also needing to take care of the basketball. They get it into Cody. Cody gets it back to Nudge. Nudge keeps the basketball, kept the dribble, now hands to Nelson, who comes to get it. 3:20 left. Tampa by 5. Tom Jesse trying for his 500th career coaching victory, but it's surely not assured at this point. SU to the basket. Puts it up. She's fouled. With 3:08 remaining, Emily Eshu, the senior guard, will go to the line to shoot 2. 87% shooter on the season, 34 of 39. SU, just 3 points in this game. She has taken only 4 shots, all from beyond the arc, made 1 of them. That free throw is good. You want her at the line right here.
I'm not sure which this style of game fits either team. Their statistics don't say this is the kind of game you would get, though they're both good at defense.
They are. Both free throws drained by the senior. I can just hear the whole family cheering up in Naperville right now. 3:05 to play, 7-point lead, 3-possession game again. So
we got a fireplace going, some hot chocolate, watching the ball game.
Probably might be snow outside, I'm guessing. Timeout is called, I think. We have a. I thought Glenn Wilkes called timeout just before the drive, but I think
something stopped play though. I don't think there's a foul.
The officials are. Oh, the scoreboard went off here at that point. So it's back now with 3 minutes left. They're going to probably look and see should time be put back on the clock. It says 2:59.
The coaches are getting a kick out of it.
These two coaches are really good friends.
Yeah.
They before the game, I was sitting in the an empty gym talking to Tom Jesse, and Glenn Wilkes walked in, and Tom says, I'm going to go talk to Glenn. And so that was the last I got with Tom, because these two guys are old friends, and they had a nice time. That shot and a nice rebound by Nudge, and she's fouled. Just the third team foul, so it's out of bounds for Tampa with 2:51 left. Got to take care of the basketball and get it into the front court.
Somebody go long.
I was just going to say, SU could go break this way. They're all coming to the ball. Nelson got it in and gets it back into, how about, you said it earlier, how about the ability of your post player to handle the ball out front?
Right.
She's not intimidated at all.
And not only that, the person guarding her doesn't have as much of a chance as with the other matchups.
Tighter. With 10 on the now the scoreboard went out again. With 10 there was 10 seconds on the shot clock. I happened to be looking at the scoreboard when it went out, so they should have 10 seconds left on the shot clock. I don't know what's going on with the score, though.
We've had this problem occasionally over the years.
We'll see if the officials saw as I did, but there was no question. It was exactly 10 seconds left on the shot clock. It had just turned. So we'll see what they do. It's a 48-41 game. Tampa leading by 7 with the ball. So if you're Tom Jesse, you're just telling your team, okay, we should have about 10 seconds to run a play here. Let's get a good look.
I saw Dominic just going over to check the outlet just to see if it came out. That happened to us earlier this year.
That's right.
Somebody
didn't they tell us it was one of the dance team kicked it out or something?
Team, yeah.
They're not here tonight.
That's true.
We should make that very clear.
And I don't know if that's the outlet for the scoreboard. Seems an odd place, but
well, it was kind of a joke before, but now when the clock's out and if
we're out, no big deal.
Yeah. The players need to know what the time is and whatnot. So. It's a little frustrating moment. But anyway, bottom line, I'd mentioned it earlier. Glenn Wilkes saying, hey, we only start 2 sophomores, or we are starting 2 sophomores. We only have 2 seniors on the team, although one of them is Carly McClendon. You hate to lose her, but he thinks that, a year from now they might be really, really good. They have good defense. We've seen that. They have good chemistry. He told me that. So this is a Tars team that could be a real force. They've won 6 of their last 7 games. Their only SSC loss was 71-66 to Nova Southeastern. They have beat Embry-Riddle, Lynn, Palm Beach Atlantic, St. Leo, and Barry. Those are the 5 teams that they have posted victories on. They're 5-1 in the SSC. Florida Southern is 5-0 in the Sunshine State Conference going into tonight's play. Embry-Riddle was 3rd in the conference at 4-2, and then Tampa, Lynn, and Eckerd are all 3-2 in conference play.
So you said you saw 10 seconds on the shot clock.
Yeah.
Huh? They're giving him 19.
Wow. That can't be right. It was 10 seconds on the shot clock. But maybe they brought, and I think there was more time than 2:20, but
when the scoreboard came back on, it was 2:17.
Is that what it said? Well, that might be it then.
I think the time is right.
But the shot clock is definitely wrong.
Shot clock is, they're being generous.
I don't want to say anything, being a Tampa announcer. Glenn Wilkes is going to go to the scores table to talk to the officials. There was 10. Yeah, it should be 10, but and it says 19, so Tampa's going to get the benefit of extra time here. Glenn Wilkes is just like, hey, okay, I mean, stuff happens. It really does. And it's not like you have instant replay or some replay center in New York or Secaucus, New Jersey, waiting to tell you what the deal was. But they get an extra 9 seconds here on the shot clock, but they throw it away, so that doesn't matter. It's all a moot point. It's a moot point. Well,
again, that was the 3rd time where they made the move before they caught the ball.
Right. Had a layup if all you got to do is catch it. So instead of running 19 seconds up before you get a shot and maybe a basket, you turn it over. That's not what you want. Ball knocked away from behind by SU, but recovered by Andrews. And they get an easy layup and missed it, but McClendon came flying in to get the rebound, and she's fouled. Offensive rebound for McClendon. Not many of those tonight.
No.
Just the 2nd team foul in the quarter, so it'll be Rollins' ball underneath. 2:11 left, and you still feel like it's not over.
No, definitely not. It's only a 7-point game.
Martinez-Toro goes into McClendon. McClendon with the left hand, no good.
Good move.
She is a lefty, and that was her natural move, but she just came up short. Good defense.
Cody's a presence.
Yeah, exactly. 2 minutes left. Nelson's going to just dribble around for a while on Harrison. Now gives to Eshu. Eshu gives to Titer. Titer picked up by Harrison. Be careful there. Here's Nudge with 7 to shoot. Nudge sees it. She might have got away with a walk. Gives to Nelson. 2 to shoot. She throws it up. Got iron. So no shot clock violation. It didn't go though. 1:33 remaining. Rollins down 7. Needing a basket here to close the gap. Tampa, though, trying to hold on and give Tom Jesse his 500th career win. The shot is blocked by Titer.
I think it was a block. That wasn't a pass, right?
I'm giving her a block.
Block, yeah.
Yeah, if I was scoring at least. And now a whistle and a foul. That's the 4th team foul, so it'll still be Tampa ball on the side about midcourt. 1:13 remaining. Tom Jesse's going to send Julia Ingram into the lineup here.
Yeah, they're going to start fouling, so Cody out.
Cody out, you're right. Cody's only attempted 4 free throws all year and made only 1. So, again, that's good coaching by Tom Jesse. No wonder he's won 499 games.
You know, they still have 2 more fouls to get him to shoot.
No, Rollins has 4 right now. It's Tampa that has only 2. So
he shoot on the 5th or 6th?
On the 5th. And there's the foul that'll put Eshu on the line for 2.
And now Cody back in for defense.
Eshu, who made her 2 free throws a moment ago. Spartans are 3 of 4 from the line in this game, and Rollins is 2 of 3 from the line in the game. I mean, just not a lot of foul shots, but we're going to have a few in the final 61 seconds. Tom Jesse pulls all of his players back so that there is no foul on a rebound. Eshu just continues to make free throws. Had only missed 5 all year, shooting 87% coming into the game, and she's 3 for 3 here. And I did knock on wood for you Spartans fans. Just, you can attest to that. You heard it.
I heard it.
All right.
You hit my head.
I know. 9-point lead. Rollins needs some threes, or at least a quick 2. There's a 3 by Martinez-Toro, and she got it. 51.9 remaining. Timeout called by Tom Jesse, and you know why the timeout is taken.
Switch.
So that they can move the ball into the front court.
And he can sub Cody out as well.
Exactly.
Again, you know, Martinez-Toro has one of the quickest shots.
Yeah.
Quick release, because she didn't have a lot of room there and didn't force it. She just knew it was time to shoot and did it quickly.
She's made 3 of 8 from downtown, and that was a clutch one there. It makes it a 2-possession game with 51.9 remaining. Martinez-Toro with 13 points, the only Rollins player in double figures scoring. You have McClendon with 8 points and 6 rebounds. And looking at Andrews with 7 points and 5 rebounds. Those are the leading scorers and statistics offensively as far as Rollins is concerned. They're down 50-44 with 51.9 remaining. For Tampa, 14 points, 7 rebounds for Nudge. And Titer with 13 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, and at least a couple of steals. Maybe, I think 3.
Tampa has 14 more rebounds, if I'm reading that correctly.
So here comes the inbounds pass. Titer trying to get it to Eshu. They got it to Nelson, and Nelson is grabbed. That's okay. She's a good free throw shooter as well. Did miss her last one, but on the season she has had success. So Titer is just 1 rebound away from yet another double-double. She's had 3 this season. She might secure it on a missed shot at the other end. Nelson hits the free throw. By the way, I'm not going to mention it yet, but I will tell you who our post-game guest will be in about 45 seconds from now.
All right.
All right.
Cody's had a good game defensively.
Cody's been tremendous.
That's an option.
Cody's an option. And that free throw is big. Also, obviously, the usual
Titer's
suspects,
well.
Titer, Nudge, they've been good.
Ingram's hit the 3s. That's a possibility.
Nelson's hit some clutch free throws.
Not sure what other way you want to go.
There's a 3-point shot. There's the double-double.
So then she would be a good candidate to interview at the end of the game.
That's not going to be her.
Really?
It's not going to be her. And we could have her, but we did interview her last game on a game that Dory Nudge had 18 points and 16 rebounds, and we didn't talk to Dory. So it's not that we're playing favorites, but tonight it's a very special night, or it could be.
Favorites.
We're 38 seconds away as Titer goes to the line.
Not going to steal your thunder.
And the free throw is off the iron. No. So it can be no more than a 3-possession game. And again, when we talk about that, 9 points, that's 3 made threes. So Rollins would have to do a lot right to get it to that point. Checking in is Tassant. She is a 3-point shooter. They're going to get some 3-point shooters in. But also, the free throw is made. 53-44. And they started the clock before the ball was touched in the backcourt, so a little timing error. Again, stuff happens. "38 seconds away from a Spartans victory that would give them a 10-4 record overall, 4-2 in the conference, and would hand Rollins just its second loss of the SSC season. 8-4 right now, 5-1. Martinez Toro, no good. Rebound SU, and she is fouled from behind by McClendon. 2 free throws coming for SU, and if she makes even one of them, that'll seal it. I think we can let the cat out of the bag with 26 seconds left.
If you want to.
You want me? Should I wait one more made free throw?
Yeah.
To make it a 4-possession game, just to be safe?
Yep.
Just to be absolutely certain. Look at the Spartans players that are here in the backcourt, Jack, smiling, congratulating each other. They got to feel good because they knew going in this was going to be a tough game.
Right, but you know what? They ran the game plan to perfection.
Exactly.
Not just the rebounding or the blocking out.
And I know our post-game guest will talk about that.
They've out-rebounded these guys by 16.
SU makes another free throw. 6 of 6 from the line tonight for SU. 9 points. Tom Jesse claps and congratulates his players as they lead now by 11, 55-44 with 26 seconds remaining. And Jack, our postgame guest, will be, if they hold on, which is likely, Tom Jesse. We normally talk to a player, but tonight 500
career wins.
Yeah.
Huge here at Tampa.
And he didn't want to talk about it much with me beforehand.
You don't.
No.
You don't.
He just said, this is going to be such a hard game. I really don't want to talk about it. And I know that he'll deflect any praise that I give him about him. He's going to talk about it being about the players. And he's right. But look at what we saw tonight.
Though?
Yeah, the constant. And look at what we saw in this game when he was, all the moves that were made, the offensive, defensive moves, and the, bringing the ball into the front court, because they've had some trouble in the back court. Yeah. So bring it into the front court when the rules allow.
But they didn't get rattled either.
Yep. They were prepared for this one. They had a whole week to get ready.
Yep.
And they've done a great job.
Don't foul here. Just let them get their shot at some point.
Martinez Toro for 3. No good, and it goes out of bounds. Tampa with the ball with 10 seconds left.
That'll seal it if you were worried.
And I really wasn't all that much. But Tampa's going to get a win. They lead 55-44 with 10 seconds left.
Titer and Nudge leading in scoring, leading in rebounding, as they have all season long.
So with 10.2 seconds left, it's just a matter of moments, and then we will talk with Tom Jesse, as his team will have picked up a much-needed win. They did win their last game over Palm Beach Atlantic, 51-41. But this was a much-needed win and not an easy one. No. And they're not going to foul. And that's going to do it. They'll dribble out the time, and the Tampa fans stand up and applaud. As the buzzer sounds, the Spartans raise their record to 10-4, 4-2 in the SSC. They are 7-1 here at the Bob Martinez Athletic Center. Rollins, which had won 6 of its last 7, falls to 5-2 in the Sunshine State Conference and 8-5 overall. Jack's going to go over and make sure that Tom Jesse remembers that we would like to visit with him. Again, 500th career win for Tom Jesse, and Glenn Wilkes gives him a warm embrace Glenn told me before the game, he said, I know Tom's going for career win number 500 tonight. He goes, if he gets it, I'm going to be very happy for him. Now, that didn't mean that he didn't want his team to win, but Glenn Wilkes has great respect for Tom Jesse and vice versa, but a nice win for Tom Jesse's 500th career win. It's one that you earned, and they're going to get a picture with these two legendary coaches before we have a chance to talk to Tom. But they are friends. There are now over 1,200 victories between them. Look at the players. They hold up a poster of Tom Jesse with 500 career wins. You think those players aren't happy that they were able to bring that to the coach tonight? Rollins missed 9 of its last 10 shots in the game. And Tampa did not, by the scoring here, I'm just looking at this, I think this is correct. They said no field goals the last 6 minutes and 35 seconds for Tampa. So they made free throws down the stretch, ended up making 10 of 12 for the game, and that really did make the difference down the stretch. All 10 of those made free throws came in the second half. All the free throws came in the second half, as a matter of fact, for both teams. 2 of 3 from the line for Rollins. Again, you had the scoring leaders. Tighter with a 14-point, 10-rebound double-double, her 4th double-double of the season. She had a 15-point, 10-rebound game against Alaska Fairbanks. She had a 14-point, 13-rebound against Barry, 14 points, 10 rebounds against Palm Beach Atlantic, and now 14 points, 10 rebounds here against the Rollins Tars. 14 points also for Dorian Ott. She had 7 rebounds in this game. I do want to click on something here. Yes, 6 block shots tonight for Lauren Cody. That is a new career high. She had blocked 4 shots in a game twice during her career, but the 6 blocks tonight for Lauren Cody is a new career high by 2. She was a difference in this game, and Tom Jesse started Cody to try to match up size-wise and keep the Tars off the glass. Rollins, averaging over 16 offensive rebounds a game this season, held to just 7 offensive rebounds in this one tonight for Tampa, and 7 offensive rebounds for the Spartans in the game as well. Spartans out-rebound Rollins 42-25. Message received for Tom Jesse's 500th career win. He's getting a lot of pictures taken, got a lot of hugs. The men's team, of course, coming out on the floor here momentarily. Their game's supposed to start, it'll start about 7:35 here tonight, a little bit after these post-game celebrations. And Tom Jesse now, as you can see here, is walking over with Jack Ike. I'll get a quick visit with the head coach, who's almost looks a little teary-eyed, if I'm not mistaken here. Either that or he has a bad cold, I'm not sure, but congratulations to Tom Jesse on his 500th career coaching victory. And Tom, you didn't want to talk about this until it was all said and done. We talked about it beforehand, you and I off air. It was going to be a tough game, and boy, it was.
Yes, sir. Just kind of, I may be the most superstitious person in the world, so I didn't, I knew the kids knew a lot about it, and they wanted it for those reasons, but I didn't want it to be about me. We need to stay focused on what the game was about, and as it played out toward the end, then it got a little emotional knowing a long time. This means you've been in the game a long time. I don't think people realize Coach Wilkes has got over 700 wins, and so and kind of strange. He beat me for his 500th at his place, so it was a good win against a good ball club.
He told me before the game, he said, if Tom wins his 500th tonight, I'll be very happy for him. Now, he didn't want to lose. I mentioned that. He didn't want to lose.
Right.
But if you got it against him tonight, he was going to be very happy for you.
Yeah,
good man.
He's a good man. We've come a long way. There was a time when I first got in the league, I was more of a butthole than anything else, and trying to be, a young, arrogant coach, and his program's been so good and so established that you just try to mirror it. So my wife played, Nikki played at Rollins for Coach Wilkes, and had a great career over there. Thanks a lot to them and their program. So he and I have come a long way, and we're good friends now. And I know he meant what he said about it.
You earned this one tonight. I know it's about the players, but they executed your game plan to perfection. You talked about we're sending 5 people to the glass. We don't want them to get rebounds. They only got 7 offensive rebounds, less than half of their season average. You got out-rebound them as a team 42-25. Your kids did exactly what you told them to do.
Yeah, I thought that it was as close to carrying out a game plan as we have all year long. And, again, the kids were playing with a little extra, wanting something from me, but they've done a good job of growing as a team. And I thought we were really good defensively again tonight against a really good ball club. And we rebounded the ball, that's what I said. I thought we turned it over a little bit too much in spurts again, but credit their defense for that. But as it came down to what I thought it would be, we had to stay a few possessions ahead and get them into a fouling game, and that's kind of what we did.
I know you want to get in there with your kids, but I want a couple things about your players tonight. Stacia Titer, her 4th double-double of the season. Again, Dori Nudge with a nice 14-point game, 7 rebounds. Brought the ball up against the press. She does it all. Great free throw shooting by SU under pressure, 6 of 6 from the line. Same thing really for Chris Nelson. She makes 3 out of 4 at crunch time. Lauren Cody, who you put in the starting lineup, and like I said, you earned this. You put her in there. 6 block shots, a career high for her tonight.
Yeah, I thought Lauren was the biggest difference defensively for us, but she's been a really good player, and because Dory's been so good in the block, and Dory can play outside, as you can tell, faced up, and we've changed the lineup. I've been in coaching now 35 years, and normally my starting lineup stayed the same for 34 years. Whatever it was first opening day, it stayed that way, and we've bounced it around from different team to different team based on trying to get some advantages for Dory, and Lauren's more than capable, and she's just done a good job there tonight. And I thought she could play a big role for us rebounding and defensively, and she did a good job.
Well, I haven't been around this program as long as you have. I've had the privilege, though, of calling some of your games along with Jack Ike. Congratulations from all of us, and a job well done, and go in there and celebrate with your players.
Thank you guys for all y'all do for us, too. Thanks, Jack.
Okay. That is head coach Tom Jesse. Again, the Spartans win this one tonight, 55-44. For Jack Ike, this is Scott Lynn saying thank you for being with us. We're going to step aside. The men's game starting in about 25 minutes from now, and we hope that you'll join us for that. Jack Ike will have the call. I'll have the color commentary, and we will bring you the game between Rollins and Tampa, a game that will feature 2 head coaches, each of whom has over 700 career victories. What a night it is here in Tampa at the Bob Martinez Athletic Center. For Jack, this is Scott. Stay with us. More still to come here from Tampa.